What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I am going to talk about how I view narcissism and narcissistic people in our current time, 2023, and ongoing as the years go by. Now, I'm going to talk about the spiritual reasons behind it because I do believe there's a spiritual side to it, and spirituality is everything. It's not some man-made bullshit religion and shit like that. Spirituality involves everything. There are other people who are corrupt and they like to twist up spirituality and they like to use it into their own words because people project a lot, especially on YouTube. But this video is more so going to be about my opinion. Is making videos based on your opinion is a lot different compared to projecting. People like to project their pain and anger towards a certain belief shit. I don't know, whatever. But let's get to it. So how I view narcissistic people, narcissism is the fact that I've come across a lot of narcissistic people and a lot of just evil ass people, right? I was even raised around them. I was raised around narcissistic family members, and growing up, especially in my early adult years, I'm 26 now, but like when I was like 18 all the way up to 26, like they've done a number on me. They physically harmed me, they verbally harmed me, they lied to me, they'll gang up on me, they'll even mob and gang up on me, start swinging at me. So it gets intense. They lie a lot, they don't like to take accountability, and they're just very advanced when it comes to them lying and twisting the story and making it seem like they're the victim, even though they're the ones that caused the fucking problem and you're the victim. They like to twist up, like when they're dealing, like whenever, like, see, just explaining it and just using my life experiences as an example is too much. And that's how you know that in itself is spiritual warfare. When people are dealing with narcissistic people and narcissism, they always want to try to figure out from a logical standpoint, like, is there a scientific reason behind it? Are they mentally retarded? Are they stupid? Do they lack emotional intelligence? What the fuck is up with them? A lot of people have those questions. I used to have a lot of those questions. And we can't put our fingers to it. That's why there's over 1,000 fucking videos about narcissism, why they do the things they do. But either way, still people are still stuck on them, and they still can't figure out why they do the things they do, and it still affects them to this day. There's another reason behind it. They're demonic entities. They're possessed by a fucking devil, by a fucking demon, a negative entity, however you want to call it. If you're religious, call it the devil. If you're into spirituality, call it demons, demonic entities, or a lower vibrational entity that's literally inhabiting into their fucking bodies. And this is why they do the things they do. Do people not think that? Do people not question that shit? This is why when everyone talks about narcissism or when they're dealing with narcissistic people, they always have similar stories. It's always similar because it's spiritual warfare. And there's other videos that talk about spiritual warfare as well. You got Denzo Moss, DENZOZOMOS, and type up his name. Also put narcissistic demonic possession. You have a new mind frame, NUMINDFRAME. She talks about the Jezebel spirit, how it affects in narcissistic people and their families. There's so many videos where people talk about narcissism. There's another video, I forgot her name, but type in the title, the devil in human disguise. The devil in human disguise. He talks about it too. So there's a lot of videos that go into detail. This is why after you've done dealing with the narcissist or you guys separate from them, you're having PTSD symptoms, you feel angry, you just want revenge, you want to kill them, you want to fight them, you feel sad, you feel just upset because of all the bullshit they put you through. Because you're dealing with a demonic entity. Think about it. No human being that is right in the head will put someone through all this bullshit. Name a sane human being who are so advanced at lying to get their way, who are so advanced at blaming the other person and to not take accountability. They love to physically, verbally harm, and they like to do it in a way where, like, it'll catch you off guard. And when narcissistic people, whenever they'll verbally abuse you, they do it where it hurts. It's like, because my experience is like, it's spiritual, because like they don't even have to know you as a person. Even family members, like I've dealt with the stepfather, and oh no, man, it's just weird. Like it's demonic influence. That's all I gotta say. It's demonic entities. Don't believe me, whatever the fuck. But if you don't believe me, that's fine. Then have a good time processing your pain and your distress and trying to figure out years on why they do the things they do, because you're not gonna get the answers. You're going to get some type of clarity, but you're not going to get the answers. It's that simple, because there are no answers. There are no why they do the things they do. There's a scientific reason. No, it's simple as it's spiritual. It's simple as that. Yes, there are some scientific facts, like they're mentally retarded. From an ego standpoint, from compared to a sane human being, yes, they lack emotional intelligence. Yes, they lack basic common sense. Yes, they're evil, they're psychotic, and they're violent, verbally, physically, etc. That's an ego standpoint, which is not wrong, but that's from a surface level, which is fine. But despite you knowing this, and a lot of people know this, they still can't get away from that, because obviously they gotta do the healing work. They gotta detach. Because people are traumatized. It's traumatized, so it takes so long for the human body to heal from trauma, because the human body is so fragile, both physically and mentally. The human body has some amazing qualities, but at the same time, it's extremely fragile. This is why it's so easy for infants and little kids and toddlers to develop a lot of trauma. This is why it takes people years to heal trauma. This is why when you lose an arm or a leg, it's not replaceable. This is why the average human being passes away before they're 100. Yeah, that's a different topic. But this is what I'm getting at. It's spiritual. It's that simple. You're dealing with demonic entities. They're demonic entities, and yes, they inhabit into these people's bodies. Now, it gets complex. Now, some people may say that they tend to shapeshift. This is why they change from one personality to another, which makes sense, because this is why when they'll get all angry and violent with you, or multiple of them, if you're dealing with more than one, or like, especially within family systems, or if you're dealing with an ex as a narcissist. I'm using family as an example. This is why all these family members that gang up on you, they're all angry and violent for no fucking reason. And then the next minute, when you call the cops on them, right? And the cops confront them, and it's like, they'll make up some bullshit stories on why they do the things they do. They'll make up lies, and then somehow they'll end up being the victims, and the police, because they're so fucking dumb, they'll believe in them, and then they'll blame you. I've experienced that shit a lot of times with the police, even though I called them, and it was me against 10 family members, and they'll still want to believe my side of the story, even though I'll talk to them longer than they'll talk to my family. And when I do talk to them, they'll either interrupt me, or like they don't talk to me no more, and then they'll go straight to them. Either they don't believe me, or they think I'm full of shit. It's spiritual, man. This is why you can't, when you experience something spiritual, you can't explain it to the average human being from a surface level, because they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand, because they think from a surface level, and they lack life experience, and they lack emotional intelligence. This is why on YouTube, you don't see as much people speaking about real shit. They all talk about the same shit. And even if they do talk about the same shit, at least mix up in their own words. Like that's what I do. But you barely see anyone doing that shit, because no one's fucking like unique around here, man. People have no original thought, dude. Just like what Chauncey once said, man. That's why he said no one's unique, no one's original thought, because they're not. They all operate from the same fucking program. They can't think for themselves. School teaches you that. Life teaches you that. Not life, but this world does. Life is a fucking joke, man. Because, like, imagine, don't get me wrong, you can live a happy life. It is possible. I know how to live a happy. It's easy to live a happy life. All my videos, I'm releasing anger and my frustration. But, how to live an easy life. Focus on the things you enjoy doing most. Focus on the things you're very good at, and put all your effort into those things. If you're forced to work at a job or a certain location because you're lacking finances, then try to study on how to become great at that job, so it become fun. If you actually hate something, but if you actually study it, if you become great at it, that thing will actually become fun. And focus on bettering your performance at your work by studying, by watching videos, by asking questions. Do that while working on your passions and the things you're good at. Do all those things at once, and you'll be good. And don't forget, healing the body is extremely important. This is why you got to work out. This is why you got to go run outside. Go run in the treadmill. Go to the gym. Lift weights. Do your yoga stretches. Shout out to Chauncey one, because he talks about yoga stretches. Do your meditation breath work. Build up your chi energy. And do some fasting. Eat healthy. Do all those things, and bam, you can live a happy life. You ain't gotta, yes, the bullshit of people in this world will still affect you, but not as much. It's still not gonna override the fact that you're enjoying life so much, because you're so focused on yourself. That's how you navigate through life. That's how you grow and evolve. But don't forget, part of growing and evolve life in life is going through grief. Unfortunately, this is why people go through trauma. People go through bullshit experiences out of their control, because a certain energy, God or the universe, likes to throw that shit towards people just so they could experience that shit, so they could evolve, even if they're not at fault. There's why people say, if you reincarnate or as a soul, like, it's a school. And souls, apparently, I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but someone said that in order for souls and spirits to grow and evolve, they have to go through some type of pain and traumatizing shit. Which makes sense. This is why people like to call Earth a school for souls to evolve. And this is why it's so traumatizing, because that's how you grow and evolve. Unfortunately, I don't agree with it, but it's how it is. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's what I've heard. For me, it resonates. It makes sense based on what's going on around the world. But you don't have to, like, if you want to live a happy, peaceful life, you don't have to pretty much focus on the world, what's going on. It is good to be aware of it, but don't put too much of your focus on it. Instead of, like I said, work on your passions, the things you're good at. Focus on your body, like your yoga, your meditation, breath work, eating fruits and vegetables, fasting, going to the gym, run, and yeah, and focus on the things you're good at. It could be fixing a car, it could be going to school, it could be anything. Making music, anything. And if you're working at a job you're forced to be at, but you don't like it, then try to find ways to improve at that job or to do better at that job or change jobs. But either way, you're still gonna work at a job. But if you're gonna work at a job, might as well make the best out of that situation and become great at it. You know? That's how you live life pretty much. And like I said, don't take it personal too, because it's gonna throw you some bullshit that's out of your control that you're not at fault, but it's still part of life. It could be a breakup, it could be like a death in the family, or like some type of emotional distress. Learn how to grieve properly. Look how to look in the mirror. Learn how to connect with your inner child. And by doing that, shout out to New My Frame, because if you subscribe to her channel, she talks about it a lot, how to be in tune with your inner child and to heal properly. And what makes narcissists from a surface level is the fact that they like to use external, and shout out to New My Frame, because she also mentions as well, in order for narcissists to excel and to like, and the reason why it's so easy to become narcissistic is because you're not healing your emotional body. They tend to heal the external. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, they like to make more money. They like to look a certain way. They like to focus on their outer appearance. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't forget to work on your emotional body. That's where people mess up at. And shout out to New My Frame, because she actually talks about this as well. She talks about the importance of healing the emotional body. When you heal the emotional body, you're not going to become selfish, narcissistic, and evil as most of these narcissistic people. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. Don't be afraid to cry it out, to release anger. I know you may feel embarrassed or ashamed. Just do it by yourself where no one's there and shit. And have the strength, because it is kind of painful, but it is doable. This is where you get your shadow work from. Or people in the spiritual community, they like to call it shadow work. But I like to view narcissists as demonic entities that are inside a human vessel. Now, I watched a video, I think Denzel Moss talked about this, is when the reason why these people are demonically possessed. Now, I'm not sure when it comes to demonic possession, I'm not sure if it happens to them for long periods of time or by certain events. This is why when narcissistic people, they like to act violent, and then out of nowhere, they'll switch up and play the victim. Maybe that's their true self, but yet they don't remember or recalling them abusing you because they're possessed or they can't remember. There are instances where like narcissistic people don't know why they do the things they do. They have no answer for it. Which makes sense of why they're possessed, because when they harm you and shit like that, because they're possessed by a demon. So it makes sense once a demon gets out of their body, they're back into conscious. They can't remember that shit, or they can't grasp why they did the things they do, or they have no logical explanation. Instead, there's a spiritual explanation. You know what I'm saying? Man, this shit's annoying though, man. Because I'm just pissed, man. I'm more so mad at God. I'm mad at the universe. I'm mad at my higher self, my spirit, for even putting me through this shit. More than likely, it's probably for like either past life karma that I got to deal with, or it could be some like maybe my soul chose to experience this so I can learn some bullshit as lessons so I can evolve and grow and help other people. But it's just like, or like, for example, generational curses. I believe I was put here to break generational curses. Not in an egotistical way, but make sense of why my family members are just so fucking retarded. And I got to block all of them, cut contact, not deal with them. And I still don't want to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. And a lot of people, it's not certain people experience generational curses. A lot of people experience generational curses certain ways. It could be finances, relationships, retardation. It can be anything, man. It can be anything. But like I said, man, I'm more so mad at God, the universe, my spirit, my higher self, for even putting me into these situations, man. So fucking mad. Like the amount of distress and setbacks and distress and how much shit I gotta deal with, how much bullshit I gotta deal with just by experiencing all this stupid ass shit, man. Fuck them, man. And I hate this, when people say in the spiritual community, they like to say, oh, you're spiritually protected, or your ancestors are watching over you, or you got a spiritual team. I hate when people say that shit, because I'm thinking like, well, if that's the case, which it could be the case, but even if it is the case, what the fuck are they doing? You're still being abused, you're still being annihilated, and you gotta fight back and shit like that. And now the cops gotta be involved. And if you were to have the green light to fuck these people up, more than likely you'll probably be in jail, or you'll deal with some type of consequence or some other bullshit like going to court and all this other shit, or you gotta take out a life because of all this shit they put you through. And people want to say, oh, you're spiritually protected, yet you get attacked 24/7. Look at this whole fucking world. There's wars and battles going on. There's fucking people are dealing with poverty and shit like that. Oh, okay, but we got a spiritual team, but we got ancestors watching over us, or God got us. I hate when people say that shit, man. People want to say, oh, you got a spiritual team, or you're spiritually protected, but someone put you at gunpoint, they were to shoot you, you fucking die. You're not gonna be alive. Get the fuck out of here, man. I hate when people say that shit. People always want to talk about this new age bullshit ass spirituality. I'm not saying I'm not annoying, because I learned all my shit from other people, but I like to mix up my own words. But it's just, that shit pissed me off so much, man. All your ancestors watching over you, all your spiritually protected. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you say that, but these same people still get attacked by narcissists and shit like that. They're not doing shit. In order for you to make a change, that you gotta do it. You gotta cut contact. You gotta defend yourself. You gotta lay hands on them. Get the fuck out of here. At the same time, I believe in karma, though. This is why I hate this realm. I hate this universe. I hate this world, because, not as world, I hate this human experience, because the same people who would try to fuck with you, if you were to defend yourself, at least for me, I always get some type of consequences or some bullshit like going to court, shit like that. This is why I tend to walk away from people. Obviously, if need to be, if necessary, I will lay hands. This is why I gotta listen to my intuition. You know what I'm saying? But at times there were times where I'd cuss someone out, I went off at someone, I laid hands, and it resulted to me dealing with consequences that made my situation a lot worse. And don't get me wrong, you can prevent those things by not being too reactive, by addressing the situation either ahead of time or by doing it in a professional way. So that's what I need to work on, you know? Where, like, in order for you to not escalate the situation, dealing with people who are provoking you is confronting them, but not in a negative way, in a way where it's professional, where like you call them out on their shit, but you do it at a adult way, if that makes sense, like a man-to-man way, instead of reacting violently, cussing them out, yelling at them, and fighting them. That's what I do. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to learn you can't prevent from those situations by like respectfully, but at the same time firmly telling them what they're doing is not right and they need to knock that shit off, or it's gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? Some other shit. But it still gets annoying though, because why even put me in situations where where you gotta even do that? You know what I'm saying? This is dumb, bro. Fucking dumb. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm perfect, or no one's perfect. So we all make mistakes, we all do things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are purposely provoking you, who know what they're doing. That's what I'm talking about. Or you can simply just ignore it and walk away, which some people can do that, but it just depends on the type of person you've been, who you are, and the things you've been through. So this is why you gotta know yourself, so you can identify your triggers and your reactions and shit like that. This is why you gotta know more about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do some soul searching and shit like that. But yeah, but I view narcissists as demonic entities, and I'm not just saying it like most people on YouTube. Because I've noticed people who like to talk about narcissism or spirituality, they always, I can't explain, they add a religious new age tone, and I hate that shit, man. There's nothing wrong with using Bible verses and shit like that, but it's how they talk, like, they talk from a certain program, and it's annoying. And then, no, man, it's simple, like, I'm not saying it's new age, no, like, I'm dead ass, like, narcissistic people in 2023, how they act and how extreme they are, I'm telling you, and how they're able to change personalities and play the victim after doing you wrong. Why do you think they're so good at hiding their hand? Why do you think they're so good at hiding their hand? After all this shit they put you through, and either you confront them, or like the police gets involved, or a higher up gets involved, why do you think they're so good at lying or making the situation not as bad as it seems? Why do you think there's so much victims? Because it's demonic entities. They're advanced. The Jezebel spirit. They're advanced. The wording could be new age, but I'm talking about the energy, evil energy behind that. Some type of evil energy is possessing their bodies. This is why they're able to get away with a lot of shit. Speaking from experiences, because I experienced this shit. I've experienced dealing with these types of people. Trust me, I've called the cops. I've done everything. I try to tell other family members, and they all won't listen. And even if they are listening, they still can't grasp it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to think all my family members are like that, because I've dealt with another family member that I trusted, and with this full moon in Scorpio back in the day, it kind of exposed her. I'm just like, no, and fuck that. So I just blocked her, cut contact. I'm not gonna deal with that. And fuck, dude. But this is what I'm saying, man. Like, I hate the universe. I hate my spirit. Who's ever responsible for allowing me to experience all this shit? I fucking hate them, man. They put me through so much bullshit, and I still got to deal with this shit. All this bullshit. This is what I talk about in my videos, man. In this life, is meant to keep you busy, not so you could grow and evolve, but just so you can add some type of drama or bullshit into your life. Just for the fuck of it. It's part of the human experience. So much bullshit goes on, man. Fuck out of here, dude. It's me that bullshit. This is why I don't want to fucking reincarnate. Or if I am gonna reincarnate, don't put me in the same shitty ass family or around dumbass people. Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to deal with these types of people, man. But like I said, this is why it could be karma. And when I say karma, I'm not saying karma because it's my fault. I'm saying because like what these people have done, and I gotta clear that shit out. I don't know, man. It could be giving past like karma and just other bullshit like that, to where I gotta get the fuck. But it takes so long to get over that shit. It's a cycle, man. I know what it's like to experience soul ties and energetic ties and shit like that, man. Shit's mad annoying. It takes so fucking long, dude. No wonder why people are so angry and aggravated. I understand where they're coming from. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, why this, why that? I actually have common sense. I can see both sides of someone's situation, and I won't put the blame on someone immediately. No, fuck, I don't do shit like that. Most people do that because, like I said, they lack life experience and they lack emotional intelligence. This is why I'm not gonna even say it, man. I don't know if I want to continue this or end this, man. It's annoying though, man. Like, when you're navigating through life, like it seems like everyone's affected by demonic entities. And you know what I hate about God or don't like about God or the universe or higher self? Why do they allow all this shit to happen, man? Me, I personally believe there is a God, there is a universe, call me religious, call me new age, whatever. But if you're watching this video, you can apply it to your higher self, to your spirit, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that, like, I just have so many problems with the new age spiritual, or what people like to say in the spiritual community, man. That shit rubs me off the wrong way. And I understand they're not saying that shit intentionally, but they just don't know any better, and they like to sound good or some shit, or they think they know better. Talking about, oh, my ancestors are watching over you, you got a spiritual team. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, but yet you're out here getting abused and being so much distressed. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, man. I hate people say that shit. People just talk about from things they learn from some other people, and like they like to think they know it all, or like, get the fuck out of here. If you're gonna do that, get someone else credit. That's what I do, at least. And even when I do talk how they talk, at least I use my own fucking words and I give them shout outs and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here, man. Most people can't do that. This is why when you watch certain spiritual videos, they're so fucking shallow. This is one reason why I make videos, man. It's not that hard to be authentic, man. And I understand that I operate from a fucking programming, but goddamn, talk about your life experiences. Or these people probably have none. This is why they like to copy other people and shit. But yeah, it gets annoying though, man. If you're watching this, if you dealt with narcissistic abuse from family members, from exes, you understand what I'm talking about. When you just feel angry, you want revenge. You know what I'm saying? This is bullshit. And it seems like, and especially when you can't see them get their karma, that shit, I hate that shit, man. Sleepless nights, like racing thoughts, that shit would destabilize your emotional body, man. Damn, this is why, like, at times, man, and I have done this before where people do me wrong. I'm talking about family members. There are times where, like, I'll lay hands on them, I'll cuss them out, because it's like, I always know if they were to do me wrong and I were to be the bigger person, ain't shit gonna happen, because they always act the same, they do the same shit, And it's like, and people like to say, oh, let God handle it or the universe will handle it. They're not handling shit. This is why they act the same. They do the same shit. I know because I've experienced this shit. And this is why I got to take things into my own fucking hands. And it sucks because I do get consequences for that. But at least I put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? Even when I dealt with someone that wasn't a family member. I've dealt with someone years back. This one guy who's twice my age, twice my size. I still confronted him. I cussed him out. I threatened him. And that same guy, I let him slide for so many fucking months. And I confronted him. I've warned him not to do that. I set boundaries. He'll still do the same shit. It was at the workplace. And then we have other coworkers across from my workplace do that shit. So I cussed out all of them, man. And it results in me getting kicked out at the mall, which is where I worked at for a year. So I lost work for that. My finances got affected. But I did feel good because one, I know how to deal with these people. And two, I stood up for myself, which I always was to stand up for myself. But I'm more so happy that I cussed these people out and I threatened them. So hopefully they won't do that shit to the next person. And then the next following day, these same people were hiding and shit. Fucking pussies, man. This guy who's twice my age, twice my height. People are fucking sorry. This is what Chauncey once said on one of his lives. He made something that stood out to me. He said, the more he heals, the more he can sense people's energies, and he realizes that a lot of people just ain't shit, and it makes Chauncey kind of like annoyed, which I understand where he's coming from. Again, I'm not saying I'm healed. I got issues I need to work on, but I understand where he's coming from, man. Because people, they're just stupid. At least emotionally stupid. Like, fuck. But I'm glad I'm not dealing with I'm glad I'm away from my toxic family members and shit like that. But it's just like, it's annoying that I still gotta do the healing work. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. And I have one of them that works in the same occupation as me. Not the same work area, but the same occupation. And that pissed me the fuck off. So this is why I mentioned in my own videos. The universe, God, they'll always find a situation to either piss you off or to trigger the fuck out of you. Not so you could grow, but more so, you know what I'm saying? Just stupid. But my advice on how to get away from the bullshit is to do whatever you got to do to like release. So me, I release by making YouTube videos. I release by working out, by going outside, by working on my goals, by cleaning my room, and just keep myself busy and to heal my emotional body by crying it out, releasing anger and shit like that. Turn your pain to greatness, you know? But that's all I gotta say. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one. Peace.